your body. So the gut is linked with so much, more than we even realise. I mean, they're actually now starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together and actually see that so much of this autoimmunity that we're seeing in our society is so linked to our gut health and obviously what we're eating on a daily basis. Honestly, a lot of the things that we class as normal in our society, they're only normal because they're so common. And it's just like, someone comes in to see me with a whole degeneration and a curve in their spine that's a mess. It's like, nah, that's normal. It's not normal, it's just common. But, that's, you're kind of ready to hear some of the stuff that you don't want to hear. It's like, even me doing this workshop, preparing for it, there's some stuff like I don't want to hear, right? Because, I like to eat food that maybe not the healthiest option sometimes, but it's kind of like the 80-20 rule, maybe 75-25. But, looking at even maybe certain days of the week where you've got to zen your diet and zen your nutrition, and then maybe if it ticks over to like a Saturday night and you catch up with friends, have some pizza, and if it's Chardonnay or a beer or some ice cream after, do it. But also, enjoy it. That's the key. You know what I mean? Because there's emotional attachments with food, and if you're going to eat the food and beat yourself up about it, that's way worse than eating the bad food. Because every cell in your body's eavesdropping on your thoughts. Deepak Chopra said it best. And a lot of the foods we're going to talk about, as soon as we move further away from nature, do you reckon your body's going to like it as much? Not really. Sugars. Obviously there's natural sugars and there's refined sugars. And there's dudes who have paid a lot of money in white lab coats to make food taste really good, and they can be really cheeky about some of the substances that goes in the food. They're not really thinking about your why and your purpose and you being awesome tomorrow. They're thinking about obviously how much they can make, how addictive this food is, how we can brand it so it's even more addictive. It's huge. So obviously sugar, one of the biggest issues with gluten and with wheat and grains is that before they harvest it, they spray the crops like you wouldn't believe, because it makes it so much easier for them to lift the harvest, right? And one of the last things they spray it with is a form of Roundup. And what's the name of it again? Glyphosate. They spray the crops with glyphosate. Sometimes you just kind of look at it and go, maybe bread's actually a little bit more of an every now and then meal. Maybe the old food pyramid where grains and gluten and everything was the whole part of the bottom of the pyramid. Maybe some people paid a lot of money to have certain things at the bottom of the pyramid. Now, we look at not only are we taking antibiotics, but of course, if animals are kept in close quarters in a pen, right, diseases would be rife. So what they have to do is they have to pump them full of antibiotics. Now, we look at how many humans are consuming antibiotics? 30%. How many animals are consuming antibiotics? 70%. So, what that means is you've got to look at where you're getting your produce from. If you're a meat eater, like meat products and grass-fed and as close to biodynamic and clean as I possibly can get. And I love the saying, the 7 P's of success. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Love it. It'll stick with me forever. Because you look at it, it's not like the food doesn't just arrive in your cupboard. It's you. And where does the changes actually take place? It actually takes place when you're doing the shopping, right? Because it's like when you're there and you kind of walk down the aisles and there's some maybe foods. You kind of go, not this week, I'm going to knuckle down and just eat all my good foods. And that doesn't mean you can't eat really, really well at the same time. Like once you start to discover other foods, you'll realise, hey, you can eat really, really clean and do it in style and be super fulfilled and kind of help achieve maybe some of the things you want in life. Maybe it's weight loss, maybe it's more energy, maybe it's just improved brain function, so I don't have the brain fog that I'm going to be dealing with. Because when you're eating crappy grains and crappy dairy and all that stuff, chances are you're probably going to have a bit of brain fog. Right. So often when you're eating fish, it's a really good idea to dump down a heap of chlorella or a heap of seaweed. Because what these will do is they'll help bind a lot of these heavy metals.
Yeah.
So, but turmeric, from all the studies and all the reading I've done, and from all the mentors that I've hung around with who've taught me a lot about nutrition, they're massive advocates and fans of turmeric. And I can just see in my body how it's helped me with my recovery, how my training. And I'll take turmeric in different ways. I'll take turmeric in a powder form, that one we've got next to the apple cider vinegar, and I'll also have it in the like almost like a shot with my turmeric plus. In terms of the bioavailability, one of the things you want to do is you want to mix it with black pepper. Because what black pepper and turmeric do together, it massively increases the synergistic properties and also increases absorption of what they've shown is that there's like a vitamin D level that they say, okay, this is the range where you should be, but then there's the sweet spot, right? And if we look at vitamin D, when you're in this sweet range, it literally decreases 15 of some of the most nastiest cancers by 40%. So vitamin D, what it's so good for is your gut. If there's one amazingly takeaway food that you want to put in your body tomorrow or this week, it's bone broth.